Tell 'em Tribe Tarot. Daily readings for my tribe. Subscribe to my channel.
Grand Rising Gemini. I am Cherokee with Tell 'em Tribe Tarot, coming to you with another reading. And we have some difficult decisions to make, and we are pondering on things, and we need clarity per usual. So I'm checking in with you with the motivation on the ones and twos. You already know how we doing it at Tell 'em Tribe Tarot. So thank you so much for checking in, even if it's just for a moment. Take what resonates with you and leave behind what doesn't, and don't be crazy about it. I can't tell you how to feel, but I know it's frustrating when you want answers for your situation and it doesn't resonate and it's annoying and you're like, I done clicked on this video and it don't got nothing to do with me. Exactly. You can book your personal reading by clicking the link in the description. Don't be afraid to book personal readings. A lot of you watch these videos and never clicked a link to book a personal reading. It's a beautiful experience. It's enlightening, and you don't need to do them often. So definitely consider. I'm cool, calm, collected, and I can walk you through this thing. Anyways, we want to get into your reading, Gemini, because we have a lot to unpack. Drop a comment to say Grand Rising to a goddess, because you know I love it when you say hello. Don't be shy. You know what I'm saying? Happy belated birthday to anyone born in the month of June, and happy birthday to anyone whose birthday is today. All right, click like, turn on post notifications, share the video to share the wealth, subscribe to my channel, click the thanks button to show some love to a goddess, especially if the reading has resonated and you feel guilty about getting such a great reading for free. Unguilt yourself and pay a goddess. But when all else fails, just stick around and subscribe. I appreciate you anyway. I feel great and my coffee is strong, clearly. So I feel like someone feels guilty. The word guilty came up as I was doing my little intro for y'all. I feel like someone feels guilty about something. And I want to unpack that because it's heavy on my spirit. I was like, what am I going to talk to the gems about today? And I want to tap into why the hell do you feel guilty? And it's regarding something that you did recently. The current situation is that it's affecting you in a way that you may have, that may be making you feel as if you are not worthy, or you depreciated your worth, so to speak. I feel like you may have moved too quickly with doing something. That's how you feel. But the feeling that's being imposed on my spirit is that you took action too quickly on something, and now you're thinking back and having remorseful feelings about it. You know how you buy something that's like $1,000 and you didn't have the money. You only had like $500 in your account. So you like, you know what? I'm gonna put $200 on my actual checking account, and then I'm gonna put $800 on my credit card. And after making this purchase, you can only get a store credit. If you decide to return it, you can't get your money back to the original payment method. So now you're having buyer's remorse because that's one band that's no longer going to be a part of your monetary situation. It's, you have to keep this credit with this store. And I feel like some of you feel guilty that you have to keep credit with this store or with this person. So you may have invested something with someone, and if it's money or time or your body, and you want it back because you may be feeling as if you didn't know this person enough before making this investment, and you want your sacred self back. You may have felt like this person did not deserve to have you in this way. So now the question is, do you embrace this or do you release this? So I feel like with the Hierophant, you have to look within yourself and see why is it that I feel so guilty about this? So I'm going to pull a clarifier for the Hierophant, which is the Page of Pentacles. So You may be feeling as though you compromise what you believe to accommodate this. And it's like, do I let this go or do I embrace it? Well, first and foremost, I want to tell you that you did what you thought needed to be done. And if you did this for a reason that was to amplify your status and you compromise your values to do that, that's where the guilt is coming from. Feel like you may have stepped out of what your boundary was. Like you felt like you did something that you would typically tell other people not to do because it's not noble. It's cheap. And you have to release other people's perspective and embrace your own. Okay, so you made a hypocritical move and you did something that you said you typically wouldn't. You are human. You have to embrace the new concept that you created in this circumstance. Yes, you may have given up you may have compromised your values for the moment, but the fact that you're acknowledging it is amazing. It's different if you were to say, I didn't know what was going on, and I'm not responsible for the repercussions, or whatever happens. You're not taking that route. You're literally sitting in this and you're feeling guilt, which means that you're remorseful, which means that you care, which means that you can elevate from this. So you need to embrace it with the Hierophant. I feel like you got advice from I feel like someone gave you bad advice, because you may have felt like someone who is doing what you want to do, doing the same thing, this method worked for them, and you took their advice and it's paying them big. So you figured, I'm gonna just jump in and jump out, and you feel horrible about it. So all you simply have to do is accept the fact that this isn't your thing, and take on the perspective that you're learning from this circumstance, which is that you're not the type of person to sell yourself short for a quick buck. I feel like the person that you may have intertwined with doesn't feel the same guilt that you feel. They don't look at you any different. Everyone who's involved in this situation is just like, it is what it is. And you're the only one that's overthinking this thing and causing yourself grief. I feel like when you release this energy of guilt, that's when you're going to come back into your true self and realize, holy shit, I'm a goddess, or holy shit, I'm a god. What was I thinking? It's not so bad after all. So in short, it just feels like you gave yourself to someone that you felt like could give you an opportunity. And the opportunity is happening. But what you have to realize is that this opportunity was going to be given to you regardless, whether you got it through them or someone else. So your guides are saying to trust your universe, trust your inner universe, trust your intuition, and not rely on the physical things of this realm to fast track you to what you're trying to do. Because if you believe that you're going to get there anyway, why is it that you feel the need to compromise what you believe for a quick come up? It's not worth it. At the end of the day, you are going to get here anyway with this Four of Wands energy. I feel like you took one for the team. I feel like someone's saying, I took one for the team, whatever that means. But now it's time for you to release the guilt. It's time for you to release the guilt. See, you're holding yourself back with your thoughts. Embrace this shit. It was your idea after all. I feel like sometimes you don't know the power that you hold, and that's why you do things that would as like a security blanket. Like, let me just do this just in case. When you don't have to do that. When you realize the power that you have and not give your power away to situations that are sometimes just straight up beneath you, you'll recognize that you attract what you project. And you didn't need this person to get this opportunity. They needed you. Your guides are saying that poor planning was at fault in this situation. Thinking that you didn't have things in the bag is what made you compromise yourself for the bag. Damn, that's a word. I'll drink to that. Coffee, of course, because it's early. Gemini, what's so interesting about this is that you don't need to do much to get what you need. Much less compromising your belief to get where you need to be. That's not you. So if there is someone that makes you think that the way how you maneuver is not good enough or is not effective just because they tried that route and it didn't work for them, or it wasn't lucrative enough for them, you have to really question that person's motive. See? Because what it's going to do is it's going to make it feel like the things that you're planning and strategizing for isn't good enough for you. Their life is not your life. This is your path. You have to be very careful, Gemini, about who you keep around you and who you're asking for help and who you're looking to as a blueprint for the things that you're trying to do. I understand that you want to come up, you want to get up out of your situation, you want to find love, you want a lot of things from different aspects of this life, but compromising what you believe in the process for a quick come up is not the way. And someone needed to hear this, because you are really beating yourself up for doing something that was not a part of your plan. It was just something that, it was like some spur of the moment decision that you didn't think through with these pages here. And now when you took initiative, you got the opportunity, you got the perspective, you feel like someone might be looking at you differently because of it. But in actuality, you're looking at yourself differently because of it, because it feels strange. This is not you. And while dabbling in the unknown is amazing because beautiful things can come to play because of it, you have to still be strategic about the things that you do, especially when you're building a brand for yourself or you're building your confidence or your healing. You can take yourself 10 steps back in your healing journey if you do things that are outside of what you believe. Your guides are saying to be careful with yourself and to listen to your internal GPS, because if you allow the noise around you to be your guide, you're always going to be in a complete mess when things could be so cordial and cool. If you're going to ask for help, don't ask for help from someone who has no clue who you are and what you stand for. Release the guilt. It happened. It's done. Embrace it. Release the guilt. Because it's okay. You're coming up anyway. I feel like you're doing what you need to do to get where you need to be. You just have to be careful about how you're doing it. If you know something is not for you, then say that. Don't be quiet about it. Spirit, do you have any other messages for Gemini before we go? What else can we tell Gemini about this tricky little situation? This tricky little situation. I feel like you struggle with hearing your intuition because a lot of the things that you're trying to achieve is in a market that's already, like it's in this, I don't want to say a dishonest market, but it's just in a competitive market where a lot of people come up in various ways that doesn't align with your source. But you don't have to do things that way. You made one mistake, but it's not the end of the world. See, it's not the end of the world, Gemini. It's not the end of the world. You made one mistake. Learn from it. And that's all that I have for you, Gemini. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Love and light, tribe.